Hello everybody, welcome back to the Tin Man's Corner channel. I'm your host, Jeffrey the Tin Man Taylor, and today I wanted to tell you guys another dream that I had, hence why I set the camera facing my Santa figurine shelf over here, because it does involve Christmas, and it's a doozy. Well, all of them are, but anyway, this one was weird. I arrive at a Christmas theme park, and I don't know why, but I was wearing a Santa suit, more like a Santa disguise, really. But like, hold on, ho ho ho, sort of like this, but the beard was more nicer. Anyway, dadgum this mustache. It kept in my nose. Sorry, but anyway, I'm in line waiting to go see Santa, wearing a Santa suit of my own, and he had a real beard, and of course mine was artificial, and I didn't want to confuse the kids and families that were there. But like, why is there two Santas? So when it got to my turn, he got up and said, "Relax, everybody. This is one of my helpers." And I went to visit him for a little while, and then after my turn was over, I let him how should I put it, let him visit with the families. And then I just roamed around the park, and then he told me, "You're doing such a great job, Jeffrey. I'll let you fill in for me while I go take a break, okay?" Alright. So I did. They only had like 12 more families left to go in the line. I said, this should be easy peasy. So I went through them like hotcakes. Like on a snap. And everybody was thinking, thank you, thank you. You truly are a good Santa Claus. So I was like, that touched me. But anyway, afterwards, Santa got out of his Santa suit in regular clothes, and I got out into my regular clothes and took my disguise off. Like that. And went with him to a diner. Me and him ate dinner, and I got to know him a little bit, like talking back and forth. I was like, oh man, talking to Santa at a diner. That mind-blowing, right? I know everybody out there wants to have that conversation with Santa or something, like, one-on-one, instead of just waiting in line for a few minutes. But anyway, after that, he said, tomorrow I want to take you to one of my safe houses. And what do you mean by safe houses? He meant like a vacation house or something. So we got there. I'm not kidding. His vacation house almost looked like my house. Like one of them houses built in the 70s, but his looked like it was nicer, like redone or something, and had a taller roof than ours. And I looked out in the back. He had a bunch of sheds and barns. If you wanted to know how big the property was, it looked like to be 7-8 acres. I was like, whew. All that land, he put a lot of barns and everything. But he said, they're just temporary. Oh. Because he told me once they clear them out, they'll move them and put other stuff there. And I'm like, really? That's interesting. But when you opened them up, I'm not kidding, it was like one shed had toy train sets. Another shed had Barbie dolls. Like, in other words, he was trying to get some presents that were meant for that area that he was in down there quick enough. So I suppose when he flies in on the sleigh, that, he would just grab them there and then he'll know where to go. But anyway, I know that don't make sense, people, but it was in my dream. That's how I figured it. But anyway, then he told me, you see those dogs over there? He had like 2 German Shepherds, a Newfoundland, and a Saint Bernard, and guess what they were? He said he threw some magical dust on the reindeer and turned them into dogs. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I said I wouldn't be surprised if he had like instant disguise dust. I'm like, he got that too. I was like, dang gummit. I was mind blown when he said that. But anyway, I mean, I know when you watch the movies, you'd be like, you wished you had like a valve that dust or something, just be like instant disguise. Boom, right? Well, it happened in my dream, folks. But anyway, Well, and then he showed me some of his other places. I was like, wow. He had like a nice farm that had 20 acres on it. I was like, Lord have mercy. Had woodland. I like to walk the woods sometimes. So I said, oh, and he allowed me to go walk the woods anytime I wanted to or visit. I said, oh, okay, that's cool. But it was a nice red farmhouse with the white trim and everything. The roof was like a dark green, but it faded too much. It almost looked black. But anyway, decked out for Christmas, of course. But anyway, he said him and the elves like to set up decorations down there just to get people to, like drive through and look at them. I said, that's nice. But anyway, then when it gets close to like Christmas Eve, like the 23rd, we went back and I got back into my Santa suit, his Santa suit, or he got back in his, basically. I know this is starting to become ridiculous, folks. You see my mouth moving? Okay. So basically, we finish out the whole park and tell stories, and Santa told me I could tell some stories. I said, I don't know what to say. Oh, he said, yeah, you will. Then I got on stage to tell stories. I was getting starstruck, and all of a sudden, stories of Christmas past started popping in my head and everything. And kids wanted to know, was I the first Santa Claus? And I had to go like, oh, no, 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 no. The first Santa was actually St. Nicholas. That I was telling the whole backstory and everything. But anyway, I was like, man, how did that pop in my head? I didn't even think about that. But he said, I figured Santa put it in my mind. And in my dream, I was thinking, okay, he's probably a professional Santa too, like I want to be someday. But by George, he was the real one, because I saw the dogs hooked up to the reindeer harness on the sleigh, and he sprinkled some magic, and they turned back to reindeer. I was like, I'll be darned. He was telling the truth. And then he said, I'll tell you what, meet me at this certain location. I had to meet him on his farm. And I did. I was in my Santa suit. And he said, you want to ride? In Santa's sleigh, boy, would I ever. So, got in the sleigh and just went, took off. But, yeah, and I helped deliver presents, and then got done, got out of the sleigh, and then he said, I'll take it from here. All right. But he said it gives you some experience, Oh boy, it did Santa, yes. I'm sorry, I was kind of doubting you to think you're one of the Santa helpers like I am. Well, he said, oh, no worries. I get that quite a lot nowadays. I said, yeah, I know what you mean. People that don't believe in you, they just think you're one of them random dudes, right? Mm-hmm. But, no, I still believe, sir. And he said, well, thank you, sir. And then he just took off. So I got back to my house and took everything off. Like that, basically. And woke up Christmas morning. Guess we're under the tree. And then I woke up from my dream. I was like, wow, that was an amazing experience. But imagine Santa having safe houses. I can imagine that. Mm-hmm. Vacation houses, whatever. I know he has to get away from them elves once in a while. Or get away from the ice and snow for warmer weather. I hope you guys enjoyed that little Christmas dream that I had. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications for more dream videos like this. As always, this has been another successful installment of the Tin Man's Corner channel. I'm your host, Jeffrey the Tin Man Taylor. I say that's a wrap, and Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. And I hope Santa Claus is good to you and your family this year.